Tow trucks are there. It's a two-car injury wreck. The two lanes still blocked. And delays begin at Beverly. There's plenty of spectators slowing as well on the other side. Down E5 north at Lakewood Boulevard, a two-car collision. Fast lane taken away. The backup to Eastern. Monterey Park 10 East before New Avenue, a two-car crash. Both in the slow lane, and it is slow from Atlantic. We've got a problem in Sherman Oaks, 405 South, just past the 101. Car was rear-ended, both in the fast lane, the backup to Victory Boulevard. This is also causing a slowdown as you transition from the 101 East to the 405 South, and it stays slow right through the Sepulveda Pass and into Westwood. So it's a busy drive in Sherman Oaks into the Sepulveda Pass this afternoon. Camarillo, 101 West at Carmen Drive, a two-car injury wreck. One of the vehicles on its side, both over to the right. And boy, I'll tell you what, this is just causing a mess of a drive. Obviously, the injured driver going to be in the back of an ambulance. The delays actually begin as you travel halfway down the Conejo grade. Our next report is at 2:05. I'm Manny Pacheco with more traffic reports more often. KNX 1070 News Radio.
Sunny today. High's going to be in the mid-60s to low 70s. Overnight lows in the 40s and 50s with areas of patchy fog. Tomorrow it's going to clear out. We're going to have that sun come back a few degrees warmer. Currently 65 degrees in Hawthorne, 71 degrees in Burbank. Chino checking in at 73. Outrage after two people make a porn video at a local public library during business hours. We're going to have more on this and the rest of our other top stories coming up in just 5 minutes or so at the top of the hour. Right now, it's 1:57.
Is your loved one in need of skilled nursing care? The cost can be $10,000 or more per month, and it's not covered by Medicare, your health insurance, or VA benefits. The state would have you deplete your savings, sell your investments or other assets to pay for this care. Attorney Zorin Basic at Nursing Home Solutions can protect your assets and help you qualify for state-paid nursing home benefits. Call Zorin at Nursing Home Solutions, 800-7-SENIOR. That's 800-7-SENIOR. Or log on to nhscare.com.
Sometimes democracy is a birthright. Sometimes it is a gift. Today, it's a fight, and I'm asking you to stand and fight with me.
Michael Bloomberg on bringing our country back together.
This election is a referendum on the meaning of America. It is about what we will tell our children, what we did at this time. This election is about whether we recognize that all groups who have been marginalized, excluded, scapegoated, or far worse, rise and fall together. And that is our best hope, standing together, rejecting demagogues who try to seduce us by dividing us, and uniting behind the only shield that can protect us, our common values as American citizens and as God's children. That is what this election is about, and that is why I'm running, to repair the damage and to move our nation forward. Together, we will get it done.
I'm Mike Bloomberg, candidate for president, and I approve this message. Paid for by Mike Bloomberg 2020.
And now a message from Puffs Plus Lotion Tissues. Coughing and sneezing aren't the season's worst flaw. It's the ordinary tissues that can leave noses raw. With each little wipe, they can leave noses red. So do your sniffer a favor. Buy Puffs Plus Lotion instead. Puffs have lotion to soothe and are soft on your nose. You'll feel the difference with each of your blows. Especially during cold and flu season, a nose in need deserves Puffs indeed.
Nature Valley brings that satisfying crunch that gets your family going again with real delicious honey and whole grain oats. So get out here. Nature Valley Oats and Honey Crunchy Bars. The original crunch.
The news you need from the station you trust. Southern California's only 24-hour local news and traffic station. This is KNX HD, KFTH HD2, Los Angeles. KNX 1070 News Radio. Radio.com station. Depend on us.
Coming up, our top local story, a library in Santa Monica featured in an adult film, and it's been an especially deadly day on Southern California roads. These stories plus traffic every 10 minutes on the 5, coming up after CBS.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Walgreens.
I'm Sam Litzinger. Hundreds of former federal prosecutors are now asking that Attorney General William Barr resign, saying he was wrong to suggest the sentence of President Trump's ally Roger Stone be reduced. CBS News correspondent Paula Reed says some Justice Department employees are worried about losing the public's confidence.
The crisis of confidence is not just about Roger Stone. It's not just about the Attorney General overriding career prosecutors and putting his opinion into that case and revising the sentencing recommendation. It's systemic. It's from the very beginning of his tenure. He came out and he framed the Mueller investigation's findings in a way that even Robert Mueller said wasn't accurate.
But Louisiana Republican Senator John Kennedy tells CBS's Face the Nation Barr is the right man to lead the Justice Department.
He's mature. He's serious. He exercises power fairly and intelligently. He's cursed with a rational mind, and he's tough as a boot.
Some Americans are cutting short a 14-day quarantine on the Diamond Princess cruise ship in the port of Yokohama, Japan, to be flown back to America. They'll still have to spend another quarantine period at a U.S. military facility to make sure they don't have that new virus that's been sweeping across Asia. CBS News correspondent Deborah Pato.
The situation on board deteriorated this weekend with more than 350 confirmed infections. Of those, over 40 are Americans. Buses started arriving at the harbor earlier today and have taken the U.S. citizens to Haneda Airport in Tokyo. They will fly out in the early hours of the morning local time. Passengers who show any symptoms of the coronavirus will not be allowed to fly.
Washington's flying chartered planes because the passengers and crew members from the ship are now at a high risk of exposure to the virus. Minnesota Democratic Senator and presidential candidate Amy Klobuchar says it's time for fellow candidate Mike Bloomberg to be asked some serious questions in a public forum.
I think he cannot hide behind the airwaves and the money. I think he has to come on the show, and I personally think he should be on the debate stage.
She spoke on CBS's Face the Nation. Bloomberg has been accused of spending some of his billions to try to buy his way in the presidential race without being grilled about his positions. Ivanka Trump has praised Saudi Arabia, the United Arab Emirates, and a handful of other Mideast countries for making significant reforms to advance women's rights. At a gathering of women entrepreneurs and regional leaders in Dubai, President Trump's daughter delivered the keynote address at a two-day global women's forum at a resort overlooking the Persian Gulf coastline. This is CBS News.
Save up to $5 on Medicare Part D copays when Walgreens is your preferred pharmacy. Copay savings on Tier 1 generic drugs available through select plans that include Walgreens as a preferred pharmacy.
Are you more than $10,000 in debt? Feel like you are on a never-ending treadmill, staying in one place and never getting ahead? You feel like there's no way out and you're just robbing Peter to pay Paul? Don't let the banks bully you. There are programs in place to help you get free of your debt, and you pay only a fraction of what you owe. The program at Total Financial Freedom can help you get debt-free in months rather than decades. Get off the debt treadmill and stop the endless cycle. Get free of credit card debt, timeshares, signature loans, and even internet loans. Call now at 800-899-8922 to see if you can qualify with no obligation and how you can receive a free book written by our CEO, the Debt Dietitian. For over a decade, Total Financial Freedom has helped thousands. They're A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau, too. Start saving money now and avoid bankruptcy. Your debt can be settled for a mere fraction of what you owe. Call Total Financial now at 800-899-8922. That's 800-899-8922.
More evidence that many companies have decided it's too big a risk to hire people who use tobacco.
The Phoenix-based truck rental company U-Haul is no longer hiring workers who use products that contain nicotine. Cliff Douglas with the American Cancer Society hopes U-Haul will help current employees who smoke.
To make sure that they have access to FDA-approved smoking cessation medications as well as counseling.
It's estimated that U.S. smoking-related medical expenses cost $170 billion a year. Stephen Kaufman, CBS News, Prescott, Arizona.
One man's trash is this woman's treasure. Retiree Nina Kristigna has become a celebrity in her village of Makarya, Russia, by using old bottle caps to create dozens of works of Mosaic art, some of which take weeks to create. So far, she's used about 2 tons of caps. Tourists are now coming to meet her and see her art. Sam Lindsay, CBS News.
This is Southern California's only 24-hour local news and traffic station, KNX 1070 News Radio. Good afternoon, I'm Emily Valdez. Our top local stories at 2:05. An adult film has has a Santa Monica library as a backdrop. Plus, 3 people killed in 4 wrong-way crashes in just a matter of hours. Those stories coming up. But first, traffic and weather together every 10 minutes on the 5s. Here's Manny Pacheco.
Well, the big problems in Camarillo. 101 West at Carmen Drive. 2-car injury wreck. One of the vehicles on its side. The injured driver in the back of an ambulance. Both over to the right, the cars, that is. And the backup right now stretches through Newberry Park. Sherman Oaks 405 South, just past the 101. A car was rear-ended, both in the fast lane, the backup to Victory Boulevard. But this is also causing a slowdown as you transition from the 101 East to the 405 South. Palisades, PCH heading south. That weekend water main project between Temescal Canyon and Sunset, well, the cones have been picked up. I believe they're done. Yeah, but I do see residual slowing through Tuna Canyon, but that's going to dissipate because now both lanes are heading south, wide open. Artesia, 91 West at Pioneer, 2-car fender bender, both along the right shoulder. You are tapping on the brakes at Bloomfield. Brea, 57 North at Imperial Highway. A car flipped over onto its roof. The off-ramp is blocked. If you need to exit the freeway, use your Belinda or Lambert. Our next report, 2:15. I'm Manny Pacheco with more traffic reports more often. KNX 1070 News Radio.
Sunny today, highs in the mid-60s to low 70s. Overnight lows in the 40s and 50s, areas of patchy fog. Tomorrow, it's going to clear out. We're going to have sunny skies, and it's going to be a few degrees warmer. Currently 70 degrees in downtown LA, 74 degrees in Chatsworth, 70 degrees in Fullerton at 207. A porn video that was shot in Santa Monica and then uploaded to the internet causing outrage because part of it was actually recorded inside the city's Ocean Park Library while it was open to the public. In an exclusive report, CBS 2's Christopher Harner says the people in the video clearly knew they shouldn't be doing what they were doing in a place where library patrons, including children, could have seen them in action.
The woman in the video walks into the library, apparently during business hours, and shoots the video, all while talking about not getting caught.
A woman who lives nearby the library, she's really upset about what happened. She hopes cops track down the people who made the video, file some sort of charges against them.
God forbid a child walked in the library and walked right in on the middle of it. That's my biggest concern. Children don't need to be exposed to this. If you want to do porn, stick to the hotels.
Santa Monica police say they are aware of the video and they're investigating. 2:08 right now. It was an unusually dangerous morning on Southern California freeways. 4 crashes involving wrong-way drivers